The next session is going to be कि कल हम लोगों ने फूड के बारे में बात किया था कि हाँ ये फूड लेने से पैंडेमिक में लॉकडाउन में हम लोग अपना हेल्थ को अच्छा रख सकते हैं. But there is another aspect which Dr. Vimal Karani had said in his first presentation, that in spite of we having risk factor with 0 copy, 1 copy and 2 copies, the risk factor could be different. वो होने के बावजूद भी गुड न्यूज ये है कि उसको हम लोग रिवर्स कर सकते हैं, उसको हम लोग कंटेन कर सकते हैं, उसका जो नेगेटिव इफेक्ट है उसको निगेट कर सकते हैं with something called lifestyle. अभी लाइफस्टाइल में बहुत सारी चीजें आती, not just food, your water intake. कई सारे लोग पानी पीते नहीं और पानी पीते भी गंदा गंदा पानी पीते हैं, तो water intake. Then also the exercise regimen. Our vitamin D3 which is not deprived of. 20-30 साल पहले किसी ने विटामिन D3 की कमी नहीं देखी थी, but अभी आगे हैं AC घर, AC offices, AC car, everybody is in a cage and there is no exposure to the sun at all, so we have deficiency of vitamin D3. आप कोई भी बीमारी के लिए डॉक्टर के पास जाइए तो पहले वो लिखेंगे कि नहीं आपको विटामिन D3 की कमी है, उनकी जांच के लिए भी वही लिखेंगे. And this is exactly what's happening. I don't want to get into the session which the next speaker will be speaking. She is a MSc, she's a postgraduate in dietetics and applied nutrition, and she has been working as a genetic counselor and a nutritionist with Gene Support Pune for the last 7-8 years. And with her vast experience of speaking to a lot of patients and getting an excellent result, she has a wealth of knowledge to share with you. The topic for the next session is the accumulation of daily sins that we are doing, which is getting into the lot of diseases. So on behalf of Velocity Booster and Vignet, आप सभी लोगों के हाथों के waving से, just wave your hands to acknowledge and welcome the genetic counselor and the next speaker for the session, Ms. Shruti Kulkarni. Over to you, Shruti.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a second, I'll share. Can I get access to the screen share?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you. It is so great to see you all here. You all being here itself indicates that you're very conscious about your health. आप चाहते हैं कि जो भी mistakes आप कर रहे हैं या फिर जो भी कुछ गैप्स रह जाते हैं कभी बीच में कि मैं कर तो रहा हूँ, आई एम फॉलोइंग अ डाइट, आई एम फॉलोइंग एन एक्सरसाइज, बट फिर भी कुछ गैप है, कुछ बीच में कमी है. So this indicates, you all being here indicates that you are conscious about your health, and it is very great that you all are here today. My name is Shruti. Like Sir said, I am a nutrigenomic counselor, dietitian by profession. I've worked with various hospitals. I've worked with Gene Support, understanding, doing genetic testing, counseling people with the help of their genetic information since a long time. And today we are going to talk about daily sins. And sins matlab kya? Paap. Okay, paap is a very strong word, but trust me, we are doing it. ठीक है, कुछ चीजें हैं जो हम ना जानते हुए, we don't know that we are doing those things wrong, but we still do it. It is not always about you have to go for less fats, you have to go for less carbs, you have to go for these nutrients, these vitamins. No, it's not. When we talk about diet, it's not always just about proteins and carbohydrates and fats. It's about too many things more than that, and we are going to talk more about it. When we think about diet, or when we think about कि मुझे dietitian के पास जाना है, dietitian is going to recommend me something, most of the time we know certain things. मुझे fruits खाने चाहिए, I should be having nuts, I should be having lesser amount of chapatis, I should be having good gaps in meals and everything. We know certain things, okay, but we still want to hear it from the dietitian to understand what I am doing wrong, or to just feel satisfied. We are going to go one step ahead of it. We're going to discuss that what are the common mistakes that we do and how we can correct those mistakes. And these mistakes or these sins are increasing day by day because of the lifestyle that we're living in. And since past almost 2 years, it has been 2 years that we are in lockdown, our lifestyle have changed haywire. Like, we at least used to go out for shopping. We at least used to go out for socializing. Everything is stopped. The movement have stopped. The diet has changed. The diet has changed for better, I would say, for most of the people. मेजॉरिटी लोग घर का खाना खा रहे हैं आज, जिनके पास फैसिलिटी है, जो कर सकते हैं, वो मेजॉरिटी लोग घर का खाना खा रहे हैं. एंड विद दैट आल्सो पीपल हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड बेटर इम्प्रूवमेंट इन हेल्थ. बट the COVID situation, जिनको COVID हो जाता है, they are losing their strength and everything because of the viruses, because of the because of getting infected by COVID. So it is different for every individual. हर इंसान का situation आज के तारीख में अलग है. So it completely depends on what our condition is. So let's start with discussion कि lifestyle मतलब क्या होता है. What is lifestyle? We talk so much about lifestyle, पर lifestyle में आता क्या क्या है? When we talk about lifestyle, one, definitely food is an important part of it, and we can't forget it that इंसान के बेसिक नेसेसिटीज क्या है? रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान. ठीक है. अभी द थिंग्स हैव चेंज, उसमें वाईफाई भी ऐड हो गया, उसमें लैपटॉप भी ऐड हो गया, मोबाइल भी ऐड हो गया, टेक्नोलॉजी हैज एडेड टू इट. बट द फूड, roti, first thing is food. So food is definitely the first and major important part of the lifestyle. Okay, what food you choose definitely impacts on your lifestyle. आप क्या खाना choose करते हो? इट इज, फूड का अवेलेबिलिटी है, बाहर भी है, घर पे भी है. आज ऐसा सिचुएशन नहीं है. इट्स नॉट, वी आर नॉट इन दैट एरा दैट इफ यू डोंट कुक एट होम यू डोंट गेट फूड आउटसाइड. यू डेफिनेटली गेट फूड आउटसाइड. What you choose to eat definitely has a huge impact on your lifestyle. Number two, physical activity. हाउ मच यू मूव. आपका फिजिकल एक्टिविटी कैसा है? आप एक्सरसाइज करते हो, नहीं करते हो? एक्सरसाइज अगर नहीं भी करते हो तो भी आपके दिन भर में आपका कितना टाइम मूवमेंट करते हुए बीतता है और कितना टाइम बिना कुछ हिले, बिना मूवमेंट के स्पेंड होता है. दैट इज एन इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर ऑफ इट. Including mental health. When I talk about my health, my body health, it is both physical and mental. Okay, mental health is equally important, and it is good time, अच्छे दिन आए हैं that people have started talking about mental health. Few years back nobody was talking about mental health. We have, mental health is nothing new. We have started more conversations about it, but the the books that have been written way ahead of time have definitely indicated that mental health is the most important thing that we should be focusing on. If you have good mental health, you do have good physical health, you do have good digestion, you do have good stamina during your workouts and everything. So physical and mental health, and good sleep. Good sleep is, very underrated. We people do not even think about how good sleep can impact you, and there are multiple studies which have been done on good sleep, how, what is the importance of good sleep, and we will be discussing about that. So if we comprise, if we try to एक अगर ब्रैकेट में डालने की कोशिश करें कि लाइफस्टाइल मतलब क्या, तो इट इज योर फूड चॉइसेस, your physical and mental health, and sleep. How do you sleep? So if I say that your food choices, when we talk about food choices, we know that okay, samosa khana bura hai, pizza khana bura hai, junk food bura hai, french fries bura hai. We know certain things that okay, this is junk food, this is home cooked food, I should be having home cooked food, and so on. So instead of just talking about choices, what is the common mistake, what is the common sin that we do on regular basis is we do not think much about what we eat. Okay, I think half 50% of problem will get solved if we just think before we before we cook, before we order. It's not just home cooked food. Even if you order something, do you think about that, how is that food going to impact my body? So I think putting less thought on what we eat is the biggest sin, because it is the biggest sin because we are what we eat, and there is nothing wrong about that statement, because it has always been that way. And that's why every individual, if you see different states, different communities have different traditional diets, because requirement, everybody's requirement is different. It depends upon what your age is, what your gender is, where do you stay, what is the temperature over there, what is the availability. So if I try that, if I say that I need to have avocados every day, is avocado something which is grown here in India? In If I'm in Pune, if is it grown around Pune? No, not really. Do I have substitute for avocado in my regular diet? So if I'm a Maharashtrian, then do I have options on in my kitchen which can be replaced with avocados? Definitely. We do not, as Indians, we do have a very full-fledged, good dietary options, and thankfully we are not such people that no, I am Punjabi, I'll eat only Punjabi food. I am South Indian, I'll only eat South Indian food. We every time all the communities enjoy all kind of food, and that is the great part of it. And the diversity has helped us a lot with staying we do have huge variety in our food, and still we don't think much about what we eat and how is it going to impact on my body. So I think that is the first sin that we make when we when we think about lifestyle. What we do is we stick to only 2 to 3 food groups in our daily meal. मतलब क्या, टिफिन में क्या लाया, रोटी सब्जी दाल, रोटी सब्जी सैलड, ठीक है. देर आर सो मेनी फूड ग्रुप्स. ओके, वी स्टिक टू ओनली, मैं क्या खाता हूँ, रोटी सब्जी खाता हूँ. सुबह रोटी सब्जी खाता हूँ, शाम को रोटी सब्जी खाता हूँ, या फिर सुबह रोटी सब्जी खाता हूँ, रात को दाल चावल खाता हूँ. Majority times when I talk to people, when I try to understand what they eat, especially in tiffins, especially when we go to our offices and schools, even for your kids, when you fill their tiffins, what is the tiffin? Roti and sabzi. Okay, so we only stick to only 2 to 3 food groups in our regular diet, but there are so many different varieties of food, and we do not explore it. We do not explore food options like roti sabzi. We very rarely think about that. Why only roti on regular basis? Why do not I explore with jawar? Why do not I explore with ragi? Why do not explore with different millets, nachni and everything? Why so we do not explore with our food options? Even vegetables, we do have a fixed list of vegetables that we order, or that we go to the market and then we buy. We never think about going out of our comfort zone and buying other things, because every different different food has different benefits. So it starts from the grocery list, or it starts from the sabzi list that we make to buy. It needs to start from there. Ki, okay, nay, these are the things that I never order, so these are the healthier options for me. So let me order those first. Let me get it first, and then try to explore different recipes to it. So I think the first thing that we need to change right now are our grocery lists and our vegetable list. We need to add on more options into that. When we go out to any DMart or Big Bazaar or somewhere like that, we unnecessarily add on some things which we really don't need. Okay, बट एक चिप्स का पैकेट ले लिया, एक बिस्किट का पैकेट लेना था तो 4 बिस्किट के पैकेट ले लिए, थोड़ा सा सेव ले लिया, थोड़ा सा फरसान ले लिया. We would not have thought of it if somebody would have told us कि आप लिस्ट दे दो, हम लेके आ जाएंगे. At that point we would not have ever told कि सेव चाहिए मुझे. But if we are going out for shopping, we just grab unnecessary grocery options in our cart, which is very dangerous, which is actually very dangerous. And you might have experienced that during lockdown also, when things were not available, you were buying only things which were necessary for you, जिन चीजों के बिना हो ही नहीं सकता है. You would have observed that you eat healthier. You're not going out somewhere to buy something, you're just ordering the essential things. At that point you understand that नहीं, grocery कम budget में भी हो सकती है, because you're just ordering what is actually important for you, and you're doing healthy. You're trying to you unknowingly order only things which are necessary. So now what we can do is we can plan our groceries. We can plan कि नहीं, मुझे इफ आई एम अगर एक महीने का ग्रोसरी आ रहा है तो उसमें नॉर्मल व्हीट फ्लावर भी आना चाहिए, उसमें नाचनी भी आना चाहिए, उसमें थोड़ा सा जवार का आटा भी आना चाहिए, उसमें दाल सारे टाइप की आनी चाहिए, सिर्फ तूर दाल, सिर्फ मूंग दाल नहीं आनी चाहिए. वी हैव मल्टीपल दाल्स. इन टर्म्स ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स, 3 ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल्स हफ्ते में आनी ही चाहिए. एंड देन देयर हैज टू बी वैरायटी. थोड़े रूट्स होंगे, थोड़े गोड वेजिटेबल्स होंगे, जैसे भिंडी है वगैरह है. जस्ट डोंट स्टिक टू दोज ओनली वेजिटेबल्स की नहीं मेरी क्या, मैं 1 किलो भिंडी ले लेती हूँ, 1 लौकी ले लेती हूँ. We do have a strict protocol. We have to come out of that. Not reading food labels. We do not read food labels? How many of you, if you can just send me on chat box, how many of you really read food labels before you buy anything? Yes, no, whatever your answers are. Do you see how much carbohydrate it has, how much fat is it has, and everything? Great. There are so many people who are responding that they do. There are few who are saying no. We do not read food labels really. Okay, I don't buy packaged food. Great, Dr. Ranjita. So it is great. We have to start understanding that there is a reason why government has forcefully it is a requirement that every product should have a food label. And while buying any packaged food, it is very important to read food labels. One, you do not have to buy packaged food. Whenever you open a packet, any packet that you open, unless it is uh, dal in packet, or unless it is something raw in packet, anything which is processed that you're opening, any packet when you open, you are just entering into a zone where there are a lot of preservatives. There is a bulk cooking involved, and that is why that food is having a lot of triglycerides. What is triglyceride? When anything is processed or is made in bulk in a factory, at that point of time, that consists of triglyceride. So anything which is cooked multiple times, or which is cooked in a bulk quantity, it has triglyceride. So even if you think that, okay, these chips are healthy because it is marketed in that way, that is healthy. No, it is not healthy because it is processed in bulk. So anything that you open, you need to first read the food labels. You have to understand कि इसमें रिफाइंड फ्लावर लिखा है तो ये मैदा है, सो इट इज हेल्दी चिप्स अगर लिखा है वहां पे, even big brands like Lay's and everything, they write that there is no triglyceride, but it is not possible. There is a huge kadai. If you imagine a Lay's factory, there is a huge kadai, and there are a lot of chips being fried day by day, and same oil is used in different multiple the batches. They do not change oil in every batch, so it is very obvious that it has triglyceride. So we have to be very thoughtful while buying anything. And the first thing that you have to do is check food labels. So it is very important that you do not get trapped in marketing that the healthy food options do have, like low sodium salt. Okay, many people who have blood pressure and everything, or who are very conscious, they started taking low sodium salt. Low sodium salt has less saltness. So what people end up doing is they add on more salt. Okay, less low sodium salt has too much amount of potassium and other chemicals which are added into it, and we do not consider what impact those have. So instead of having that, you can have normal iodized salt. You can use normal iodized salt, and make it a point that you do not add salt over the food that you're consuming. Like I've seen people adding salt on salad, or adding salt on watermelon. Hai, if I ask you to have one bowl of watermelon on regular basis, and if you're adding salt all over the watermelon, there is no point. You're just adding on the sodium in your meals. You can have normal salt meals and avoid adding salt to random things where it is not necessary. Okay, so that is the better way to do it. So do not get trapped into these advertisings. Other thing is eating out, unnecessarily eating out, just because you're bored. I can understand if you do not have any option. Like during COVID, I met so many people who stay alone, or who are old and everything. They can't cook at home, so they order food from outside. I can understand in those situations. There we can talk about options. There we can talk about where to get your food from. But for somebody who can do everything, and just because you're bored and you want to eat out, I think we need to. The time has come that we need to stop that. I remember when the first lockdown was ended here in Pune. The very next day, the popular chains and popular brands had lines outside the, outside their hotels. We need to stop it. We need to stop it. We need to stop so much of craving. We need to cook better at home. We need to explore more options. Why do we crave so much? Because we are not exploring with options at home. So we need to add on doing that at home, and thinking all calories are same. That is the biggest mistake. Like ठीक है ना, मैंने मतलब मैं जनरली 2 रोटी खाती हूँ, आज मैंने 2 पाव खा लिए. They are not same. They are not same, definitely. Roti has good amount of fiber. Pav does not have that amount of fiber. So it is all maida. It is simple carbohydrate. There is a huge difference between complex carbohydrate and simple carbohydrate. And if you're just adding on कि नहीं आज मैं dinner नहीं करता, आज मैं सिर्फ protein shake पी लेता हूँ, even that is wrong. Okay, so all calories are different. Body responds differently to different kinds of calories, and we need to understand that. So how to correct all these things? Focus on including all food groups, like stick to food groups. कि cereals होते हैं जैसे गेहूं है, चावल है, these are cereal options. Pulses है, दालें हैं जो सारी, मूंग है, मटकी है, तूर है, उड़द है, these are all pulses. Vegetables है, vegetables में भी 3 options है. Gourd vegetables है जैसे भिंडी है, दूधी है, and everything. Green leafy vegetables है, पालक, मेथी and everything. And roots है like गाजर है, आलू है, मूली है, and everything. So there are 3 kinds of vegetables: fruits, milk and milk products, nuts, seeds, egg and meat for non-vegetarians and vegetarians. These are the food groups. Okay, what we can do is we can make it a point that we have had all these food groups in a day. Means what? Just by the end of the day you just think कि ये सारे फूड ग्रुप्स मैंने खाए हैं क्या. आज क्या मैंने सीरियल खाया. जनरली सीरियल मिस नहीं होता. जनरली सीरियल इज देयर. पल्सेस मिस हो जाते हैं. यू वोंट बिलीव देयर आर वेरी फ्यू पीपल हु कंज्यूम pulses on regular basis. Vegetables, in terms of vegetables, did I have at least 2 types of vegetables? मतलब सुबह मैंने green leafy vegetable खा लिया, रात को मैंने gourd vegetable खा लिया. At least did I have 2 kinds of vegetables in a day? Did I have at least one fruit in a day? Very few of you. How many of you tell me you do not have a fruit in a day? Can I know how many of you skip हो जाता है, भूल जाते हैं, पसंद नहीं है? Who do not have? I know. I'm very sure there are some of you. भूल जाते हैं, याद नहीं रहता है, पसंद नहीं आता है. Whatever the reason is. Milk and milk products are equally important. Nuts भी मिस हो जाते हैं. सीड्स तो कोई खाता ही नहीं है. Like our traditional cooking had seeds. Like in Maharashtrian javas की चटनी होती थी. In Punjabis kalonji is there. In various different states and different kind of preparation there were seeds, but now we do not cook with those recipes, and that is missing. Okay, egg and meat. So stick to at least this idea that let's have these all food groups at least once in a day. That is the correction. कि नहीं, रोज मुझे ये food group at least एक बार खाना है. Avoid add on unnecessary food items in your grocery list, and that is वो जितना I cannot stress enough on that कि shopping करते time पे you have to be very very mindful कि मैं ये क्या डाल रही हूँ मेरे कार्ट में. I should not be putting anything unhealthy which I do not want to eat in future. If you do not want to eat it, don't add it in your cart. It is as simple as that. If you add it in your cart, you're going to end up eating it. You can't say कि मैं लेके जाती हूँ और मेरे सिर्फ बच्चे खाते हैं. It never happens. It never happens. सिर्फ बच्चे खाते हैं. It never happens. If it is in your house, you're going to eat it. And practice studying food labels. It is very important कि कितना added sugar कितना है, added flavor कितना है, added essence कितना है, preservatives कितने हैं, triglycerides कितना है. So what all are the add-ons in your meals? Just understand, just read food labels. Food label in itself is an half an hour session की food label में हमको क्या क्या देखना है. So just make practice of understanding the food labels and understanding what it means. After that, just a second. Yeah. So next is eating behavior. Okay. Now there is a huge difference between what you choose and what is your eating behavior. And it makes a lot of difference. We need to understand that you know how much to eat. Okay. And how much to eat is very personalized, and that's why there is no point in giving, there are so many people who ask me for diet chart. मुझे एक diet chart दे देना. How? I need to understand what you eat today, what is your age, what is your expenditure, what are your health concerns, what are the important nutrients at present in your, according to your health right now. And then according to that, we need to understand how much is your requirement and what nutrients are essential in your case. So everybody's nutritional requirement is way different from each other. You can be staying at same home, you can be having same kind of lifestyle and everything. You can be exactly similar, but your requirement of diet can be completely different. Okay, definitely, as we spoke, genetics and everything helps us understand these requirements and better. But it is different. We have to understand that it is different, and that is why it is very important to connect to the proper consultant and understand that how much is your requirement, what are the important nutrients in your case. Simply taking multivitamins for everybody, I don't know, it does not harm you, but it does not make sense. If your requirement of one particular nutrient is just high, just simply taking multivitamins is like you're not working or you're not focusing on your health that much. So understanding that is very important. Too much snacking is a problem, and I have observed it in my own house during this lockdown. Everybody is busy with their meetings and everything, and kuch khane ko chahiye. You're not hungry. It is not hunger. It is just utter, there is nothing to do. I want to do something different, and that's why I want to eat something different, because eating makes me feel good. Okay, so too much snacking is a problem. We need to understand that, do I really need this food right now? No. Do I need, like, do I feel like snacking? Okay, if the answer is yes, do I feel like snacking, then what am I snacking on? Am I snacking on random farsan and chuda which is kept? Am I just having one biscuits, or am I having nuts, and am I having chanas? Does that mean that you can have 20, 25, 30 badams in a day? No. We need to understand, even if I, what we can do is, जो unhealthy snacking options है वो रखना ही नहीं है घर में. So we can eliminate the unhealthy snacking part also. But if I replace my unhealthy snacking options with healthy snacking options, is there any limit to it or not? Yes, there is a limit to it. Even if you are eating something healthy, there is a limit to it, because everything impacts on your system. Almonds are very high in fiber, they're very high in omega-3 acids. So can I have unlimited almonds? No, not really. There is a recommendation. Yes, you can have 15 almonds in a day, 10 almonds in a day, or so, depending on who you are, what you do, your physical activity and everything. But we need to understand that, and then understand how much snacking is important, and then decide that, okay, this much has to be the snacking. There are high chances you're not consuming too much. There are high chances that you're directly drinking your calories. Drinking your calories means what? Think of any drink. Chai with sugar has immense amount of calories. There are so many people, they tell me, नहीं मैडम मैं इतनी इतनी चाय लेता हूँ, small cups, but I take 15 to 20 cups in a day. Does that have sugar? Yes, it has sugar. Does that have milk? Are you disturbing your body after every small interval? Yes. So small amount of chai after every time, big cups of coffee with loaded with sugar, you're adding on your calories. Sharbats that you have made during the summer seasons with added sugar, yes, you're drinking your calories. Alcohol is nothing but empty calorie. ठीक है, there is no nutritive value. Alcohol is simple calories, so you're just adding on. So it is very difficult to understand somebody who is trying to lose weight but having alcohol on regular basis. You're just adding on 500 calories in a day for no reason. Those calories are not giving you anything. So maybe there are high chances that you're drinking your calories. So understand whatever drinks you're taking, Are they dense in calorie? Can you reduce those calories? Definitely think about that. Keeping huge gaps between meals is also a big problem. What happens when you keep big gaps between meals? There is a lot of acid secretion in your stomach, so your digestion reduces. Because you had a huge gap, you have a guilt that okay, बहुत देर हो गया मैंने कुछ खाया ही नहीं है, सुबह मैंने नाश्ता किया था 8 बजे, मैं सीधा 2 बजे 3 बजे मैं खाना खा रही हूँ, तो मुझे गिल्ट है सुबह से मैंने कुछ नहीं खाया. So it is like you end up eating more than your requirement. Like it has been observed in multiple studies, all those people who go for at least even smaller amount of breakfast options on regular basis, they end up eating less in the lunch because they are not as hungry as they feel if they do not have anything throughout the day. So you eat a lot if you have huge gap between the meal, and it leads to gastric distress, bloating, acidity, and everything. So putting gaps between meal is also like punishing your body. Emotional eating, we have connected our food with emotions. Okay, आज मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, चलो कुछ मीठा खाती हूँ, मुझे अच्छा लगेगा. आज बारिश आ रही है, चलो कुछ फ्राई करके खा लेते हैं, तीखा खा लेते हैं. So we with vision, with smell, we connect our food with emotions. Okay, to some extent I can understand, to some extent I really feel that बारिश हो रही है, खा लो ना 2 पकौड़े, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Okay, feeling that every day on regular basis during rains is a problem. Not understanding where to stop and eating it emotionally, connecting it emotionally with the food is the problem. So can we disconnect ourselves from emotions and food? Can we keep it separate? Is something that we have to understand. Skipping meals for weight loss, I have seen so many people who say कि सब करके देख लिया, मैं तो लंच ही नहीं करती थी, मैं तो डिनर ही. There are so many people who have stopped doing dinners for weight loss. That will not help. That will definitely not help. What our body understand is खाना नहीं दे रहा है, the body is not giving me food, where should I get energy from? Let's store this food and let's use it whenever it is needed. We are from stone age, ठीक है, अपने ancestors, if you remember stone age era, the thing was खाना खा लो स्टोर करो. That is how our storage has built up. खाना खा रहे हो स्टोर करो उसको, यूटिलाइज इट, शायद बाद में लगेगा. We are going back to that by skipping meals. So skipping meals is not definitely not going to help you with weight loss. Focusing on one micronutrient, मतलब क्या? I am on high carbohydrate diet, I am on high protein diet, I am on high fat diet. In previous session we learned about keto diet. So keto diet is nothing but focusing on fats. कि नहीं मैं ज्यादा fats खाऊंगा, ज्यादा protein खाऊंगा. No, body needs every nutrient. The requirement of every nutrient is it has its different role. Protein cannot replace carbs, carbs cannot replace fats. So कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन, फैट, ये तीनों का उतना ही जरूरत है. द रेशियो डिफर्स फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन कि आपको कितना कार्ब चाहिए, आपको कितना प्रोटीन चाहिए. If you're doing high intensity workout, definitely your requirement of protein is high, but that does not mean that you can go on zero carb diet या फिर zero fat diet. वो करके नहीं चलेगा. So अभी इंडियंस में स्पेशली with all of you, it would be really great if we do a session where we count how much protein do you consume in a day. Majority Indians, the study indicates that majority Indians do not consume more than 12 to 15 grams of protein in a day. 12 to 15 grams. Okay, your actual requirement of protein is 0.6 grams, 0.6 to 0.8 grams depending on the age and everything, into your present body weight. ठीक है, आपका जितना वेट है उससे 0.6 को मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, दैट इज योर रिक्वायरमेंट. then that requirement comes around 60, 70, 50 depending on how much your weight is. और उसका if you're taking 12 to 15 grams of protein, it's not even half, it's not even 50%. Okay, so focusing on one micronutrient will not work. The balance has to be maintained. So how do we correct all these things? Understand how much is your requirement. according to your gender, age, physical activity, health concerns, and everything. And then get your diet planned according to that. That उस हिसाब से मेरा डाइट कैसा होना चाहिए, कितना प्रोटीन होना चाहिए, फिर इतना प्रोटीन खाने के लिए मुझे दिन भर में क्या क्या खाना है. Okay. And understand, get it planned, and then follow it. Okay, there is nothing very rocket science with it. A professional can understand your requirement, can plan your diet accordingly, and you can keep following it. And that becomes very simple, that becomes sorted. Opt for healthy snacking options. Your snacking options should be healthy, and the quantity has to be, the serving size has to be understood. Avoid high sugar beverages like soft drinks and hard drinks. I can understand for somebody who drinks regularly, it becomes difficult, but quantities can always be shrinked. We can work on quantity. It is all game of portions. आप कितना ले रहे हो? It's never going to be drinking बंद कर दो या फिर anything like that. Definitely, alcohol is a foreign object to the body. So eliminating alcohol will definitely work for sure. But if for somebody that thing is not possible, then we have to work on quantity. अल्कोहल मेरे बॉडी को कैसे इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है, वो इम्पैक्ट कम होना चाहिए, उसके लिए मुझे क्या करना चाहिए, is something we can work on. Next thing is weekend socializing and food. Right now, my generation specifically, if I say 5-day work kind of scenario, ठीक है, Saturday Sunday is weekend. So the attitude कि सैटरडे संडे को कुछ नहीं होगा, सैटरडे संडे को मैं दोस्तों को मिलने जाऊंगी, और दोस्तों को मिलने जाऊंगी वो छोड़ दो, the amount of food that I consume on that day, the amount of food, the kind of food, we meet outside, we talk, and the amount of food and the kind of food that happens is terrible. Okay, the sleep, I'm exhausted for the week, आज मैं 11 बजे तक सोऊंगी. Is that in any way improving? Is my body healing by sleeping more on one day? No. I'm disturbing my cycle. I'm disturbing, I'm putting more pressure on my body to wake up on Monday. So relaxing for 2 days does not help. This rhythm, the cycle needs to be maintained throughout the week, and we have to work on that cycle. So on weekends, the mindset has occurred that weekend socializing and food, they are equal to each other. Very high calorie intake. The sleep cycle is completely disturbed. Random eating timings. I woke up at 11, so 12 बजे मैंने नाश्ता कर लिया, 4 बजे मैंने lunch ले लिया, 10 बजे मैंने dinner कर लिया. This is the normal thing that is happening today, which is very dangerous. High snacking due to lack of plan of work. कुछ काम नहीं है, movie देख रहे हैं, increase amount of snacking. We need to remember, I will not erase all the hard work that I have done throughout the week just by disturbing everything on weekend. That has to be remembered, and this is more for those people who are in the age bracket of 25 to 45 right now. All those who have been disciplined, who have followed good lifestyle and good cycle, who are in their 50s and 60s today, they will not relate to it. The generation before that can relate to it. How can we correct it? Focus on serving size. मैं कितना खा रहा हूँ, even if मैं बाहर खा रही हूँ, कितना खा रही हूँ, the quantity. I can still stick to, even if I'm eating out, I can still stick to कि मैंने कार्ब खाया क्या, मैंने प्रोटीन खाया क्या, मैंने फ्रूट का एक पोर्शन खाया क्या, एक सब्जी खाया क्या. Don't it is just an excuse कि नहीं वो थोड़ा हम बाहर चले गए थे ना, इसलिए डाइट चार्ट फॉलो नहीं कर पाए. No, you can still choose your options. You can still choose healthier options. You can still stick to your serving size. You can still opt for food, food groups which are recommended to you. When you go out, you can opt for boiled, steamed, grilled, and stir-fried options. So better options are always there. जहाँ पे समोसा मिलता है, वहाँ पे ढोकला भी मिलता है. It is you who is choosing samosa over dhokla. So do not, it is just not fair if we say that नहीं वो बाहर था ना इसलिए थोड़ा unhealthy खाना हो गया. Healthier options are always available. I think neglecting hydration, and previous entire session was on hydration and keeping your body alkaline, which is of great importance, because it impacts you everywhere. It impacts your skin, it impacts your digestion, it impacts your hormonal health and everything. So neglecting hydration is a biggest sin. So I think at least आज के सेशन से पूरे दिन भर के सेशन से एक चीज तो आपको इम्प्रूव करनी ही है, एंड दैट इज योर हाइड्रेशन. ठीक है. I can tell you how you can count your understand your hydration. How hydration, poor hydration impacts you. It increases your hunger. कभी कभी क्या होता है, हमको बस प्यास लगी होती है, बट हमको लगता है कि नहीं थोड़ी भूख लगी है, कुछ खा लेता हूँ, एंड यू एंड अप ईटिंग समथिंग, और पानी फिर से भूल जाते हैं. ठीक है. पानी पीते रहना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू आइडेंटिफाई रियल हंगर. अगर आपको सच में भूख लगी है और पानी पीने से आपको बेटर नहीं लग रहा है, मतलब आपको सच में भूख लगी है, मतलब आपको सच में कुछ खाने की जरूरत है. ट्राई ड्रिंकिंग वाटर व्हेन यू फील लिटिल बिट, नहीं थोड़ा बोर हो रहा है, थोड़ा भूख लग रहा है, ट्राई ड्रिंकिंग वाटर एट दैट पॉइंट एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट योर बॉडी इंडिकेट्स. वाटर इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन. डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन मतलब क्या, हमारी बॉडी बहुत सारे टॉक्सिन्स क्रिएट करते रहती है. ठीक है. जो भी हम कंज्यूम करते हैं, पोल्यूशन है एंड विद एवरीथिंग, टू रिलीज दोस टॉक्सिन्स आउटसाइड आवर सिस्टम, वाटर इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. वाटर ही है जो वो काम करता है, जो भी अननेसेसरी है उसको बाहर निकालना. उससे गुड स्किन होता है. If you're good, better hydrated, you don't feel tired, you don't feel fatigued, it suddenly improves your mood. So it is important. So anybody who is feeling sleepy right now because I'm talking since a long time and you feel like sleeping, just drink a glass of water. That will help you. It also improves your blood flow. So blood flow बहुत ज़्यादा improve होता है once you drink water, and that's why it immediately boosts your blood pressure. So keep on drinking water. How do you calculate your water intake? Calculate your ideal fluid intake, specifically water intake. Your weight in kgs, अगर आपका 60 kgs weight है, multiply it by 0.033. Quickly do it, everybody. If your whatever your weight is, multiply it by 0.033. So if your weight is 60, your intake, if you multiply it by 0.033, your ideal requirement of water is 2 liters. It is just water, not fluids. Okay, your requirement of water is 2 liters. So can all of you send me on chat box what is your requirement of water? 3.33. Okay. So you all can calculate for yourself and everybody in the family. Add more fluids in your diet, and there are different ways to do it. We just spoke about alkaline water. You can make your own detox water by adding some fruits in your waters, by adding lemon in your water, by adding jeera in your water, jeera water, soft water, ajwain water, different sharbats, without adding sugar, soups, smoothies, and everything. You can make your own detox water. Set an alarm. There are different apps also which reminds you for drinking water. So you can go for that to improve your water intake. So do you feel it is very difficult? I can again. Do you feel that is a very difficult task? Correct. So just share my screen again. Okay. So it is not very difficult to stay hydrated. It is simple and you can definitely do it. Next important part is the sedentary lifestyle that we are having. Like I'm talking to you right now, you are listening sessions, you're sitting at in one position and one posture, and throughout the day we all sit like that due to work from home condition right now. You can definitely make it a point that you keep moving, you can keep mobilizing yourself. So 40 minute हो गए, थोड़ा मैं चल के आती हूँ, या फिर if you can't get up from there, you can do small physical activities. There are multiple sessions also available on YouTube how you can do exercises in your workspace and everything. So keep on moving, you know, do not sit at one place for a very long time. That is something you can do. One more challenge is keeping, or one more sin that generally happens, that we keep some misconceptions about health. And I've heard it a lot that नहीं वो डाइट आप बताओगे ना तो वो थोड़ा महंगा हो जाएगा. So no, there is nothing different when we talk about diet. It's ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको रेड येलो बेल पेपर्स ही खाने चाहिए अगर आप डाइट पे हो, आपको ब्रोकली ही खानी चाहिए अगर आप डाइट पे हो जो थोड़ी महंगी है नॉर्मल कॉलीफ्लावर से. नो, your normal kitchen ingredients are healthy. You can make your diet healthy with the normal ingredients which are available in your kitchen. So keeping those misconceptions, like connecting fitness with weight. Like there are so many people, nahi mera weight to normal hai, main fit too. Like even sir said in the beginning that you've heard so many people दैट वो तो फिट था, वो तो हेल्दी था, उसको लिपिड का कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, कोलेस्ट्रॉल नॉर्मल था, बीपी नॉर्मल था, सब नॉर्मल था, फिर भी क्या हो गया पता नहीं. सो ये कनेक्टिंग योर फिटनेस विद वेट इज अ प्रॉब्लम. There is actually no huge connection between your weight. Your weight can be normal because of multiple reasons. In spite of being normal in your weight or even low in your weight, we need to keep on assessing our health by pushing ourselves, pushing our body a little bit, and understanding the biochemical parameters also. टेस्ट करते रहना, या फिर मेरा फिटनेस कैसा है उसको समझने के लिए आप भाग के देखो, तब समझ में आएगा कि मुझे मेरा कितना स्टैमिना है, मेरा कितना फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है. सो टू अंडरस्टैंड फिटनेस, वेट इज नॉट अ पैरामीटर. सो कोरिलेटिंग वेट विद फिटनेस इज रॉन्ग. निग्लेक्टिंग साइंस बाय बॉडी, बाद में समझ में आता है, हाँ नहीं मुझे ऐसा ऐसा हो रहा था, मुझे ना थोड़ा सा ब्रीदिंग का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था. हाँ, तो योर बॉडी इज गिविंग यू सिग्नल्स, सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपकी बॉडी क्या सिग्नल्स दे रही है. assess those signals and then try to answer them. So keeping those misconceptions is a problem. Address all basic health concerns with your lifestyle modification before medication. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा एसिडिटी हो रहा है, मॉडिफिकेशंस करके देखो आपके लाइफस्टाइल में. एसिडिटी इसलिए भी हो सकता है क्योंकि आपने कुछ ऊटपटांग खा लिया, इसलिए भी हो सकता है क्योंकि आपने ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में खा लिया, इसलिए भी हो सकता है क्योंकि आपने कम क्वांटिटी में खा लिया, आपके गैप्स बहुत ज्यादा थे मील्स में. एसिडिटी इसलिए भी हो सकती है क्योंकि आपकी नींद अच्छे से नहीं हुई. ट्राई टू बिफोर टेकिंग दैट पैंडी, एक पैंडी निकाल के खा लेने से पहले ट्राई टू रिपेयर कि लाइफस्टाइल में क्या क्या मॉडिफिकेशंस नहीं किए हैं मैंने, या फिर क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हुए हैं उसकी वजह से एसिडिटी हुई है. Try to address them without medications and with lifestyle modifications first. Your body will give you answers for it. Take help of experts to understand that if you don't understand it yourself, but try to monitor and try to address it with the help of lifestyle modification. Understand that all that you need to follow a healthy diet is already there in your kitchen से बाहर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है हर बार. यू whatever आप जो हमेशा किचन में लेके आते हो उससे भी हेल्दी डाइट बन सकता है. आप नॉर्मली घर पे वर्कआउट करके भी अच्छा मसल मास बिल्ड कर सकते हैं, अच्छा फैट, आपका फैट लॉस लूज हो सकता है घर पे एक्सरसाइज करके भी, जिम में ही जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. So these are all the misconceptions. Exercise regular routine, very few people have regular routine of exercise, and that is a biggest sin. एक 15-20 मिनट का क्यों ना हो, हर इंसान का अपना एक एक्सरसाइज रूटीन होना ही चाहिए. दैट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफस्टाइल. स्टिकिंग टू ओनली वन काइंड ऑफ एक्सरसाइज, मतलब मैं तो कुछ एक्सरसाइज वगैरह कार्डियो वगैरह नहीं करती, मैं तो सिर्फ योगा करूंगी. डू नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्ट योरसेल्फ विद ओनली वन टाइप. मंडे को योगा कर सकते हैं, ट्यूसडे को थोड़ा सा फिटनेस ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं, वेडनेसडे को थोड़ा सा वेट ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं, एक दिन रेस्ट ले सकते हैं. कीप ऑन चेंजिंग योर एक्सरसाइज थिंग्स. उसके लिए भी आपको ट्रेनर, हमेशा आपको बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपर्ट की जरूरत है ऐसा नहीं है, आप नॉर्मल बॉटल्स के पानी के बॉटल यूज करके भी वेट ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं. सो डू एवरीथिंग दैट यू कैन डू एट होम. Even there are multiple things possible at home also. So try to do that. Correlating exercise to only physical health, actually बहुत लोगों को पता नहीं है. जब हम एक्सरसाइज करते हैं न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स रिलीज होते हैं हमारे ब्रेन में। न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स सेरोटोनिन, डोपामिन, ये नाम है उनके। ये क्या करते हैं, हमें फील गुड फैक्टर देते हैं। मतलब क्या कि ये हॉर्मोन्स जब सीक्रेट होते हैं तो हमें अच्छा लगता है। कोई चीज देख के हमें अच्छा लगता है, कुछ खा के हमें अच्छा लगता है, तो वो अच्छा लगना, ये जो फीलिंग है, ये उन न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स का काम है। हम जब एक्सरसाइज करते हैं तो न्यूरो ट्रांसमीटर्स रिलीज होते हैं। इसलिए आपने सुना भी होगा कुछ लोगों को कि अब तो मुझे रोज एक्सरसाइज करना ही अच्छा लगता है, कभी नहीं करो तो अच्छा नहीं लगता, कभी नहीं करो तो ऐसे अधूरा अधूरा लगता है, क्योंकि उनको आदत हो गई है एक्सरसाइज करने की। क्योंकि जब रोज वो एक्सरसाइज करते हैं तो वो न्यूरो ट्रांसमीटर्स रिलीज होते हैं। ठीक है, तो फील गुड फैक्टर के लिए रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज जरूरी है। एक्सरसाइज सिर्फ वेट कम करने के लिए नहीं है। अगर आप बोलोगे कि मेरा वेट नॉर्मल है तो मैं एक्सरसाइज नहीं करूंगा, एक्सरसाइज और वेट का रिलेशनशिप बहुत कम परसेंटेज में है। इट इज अबाउट योर मेटाबॉलिज्म। आपका मेटाबॉलिज्म कैसा है, आपका फील गुड फैक्टर कैसा है, उससे उसका रिलेशन भी उतना ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो हर इंसान का रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज का रूटीन होना चाहिए। फॉर गुड हेल्थ 45 मिनट एक्सरसाइज का आपने एजेंडा रखना चाहिए और सारे टाइप्स के एक्सरसाइज को इंक्लूड करना चाहिए। पुअर स्लीप, और पुअर स्लीप कुछ लोगों का पर्पसली है। नेटफ्लिक्स एंड चिल नया फ्रेज आया है कि कुछ नहीं, आज कुछ नहीं, नेटफ्लिक्स एंड चिल। नेटफ्लिक्स एंड चिल मतलब क्या, मैं नॉन स्टॉप एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक सारे मूवीज, सारे पिक्चर देख लूंगा। टाइम का कोई बंधन नहीं है। मतलब क्या, रात को शुरू किया 10 बजे, सुबह 3 बजे 4 बजे बजने तक मेरी सीरियल चालू है। ठीक है, दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम, दैट इज अ सीरियस प्रॉब्लम। स्क्रीन टाइम, कभी इंस्टाग्राम देखते हैं, फेसबुक देखते हैं, इवन व्हाट्सएप भी देखते हैं, उसमें टाइम लिमिट नहीं रह जाता कुछ भी। देर इज नो शेड्यूल टू इट। देखते 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 2 घंटा कब बीत जाता है पता नहीं चलता। लेट स्लीपिंग और ओबेसिटी का, लेट स्लीपिंग या फिर कम नींद और डायबिटीज का, कम नींद और पीसीओएस का, कम नींद और हार्ट डिसीज का, इतने डायरेक्ट कोरिलेशंस है ना कि मतलब जिन लोगों को नींद कम आती है या फिर जो लोग कम सोते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ वर्क, बिकॉज ऑफ नेग्लिजेंस, जो भी रीजन है, जिन लोगों को कम नींद आती है उनका वेट गेन ट्रिगर होता है, उनका वजन ज्यादा बढ़ता है। देयर इज अ क्लियर एविडेंस टू इट। एक हार्मोन होता है जिसका नाम है कॉर्टिसोल। ठीक है, कॉर्टिसोल, ग्रेलिन, ये ऐसे हॉर्मोन्स है जो हमें हंगर, हमारी जो भूख है उसको सेटिस्फाई करते हैं। जो लोग कम सोते हैं उनके ये जो हार्मोनल सीक्रीशंस हैं उनमें बहुत ज्यादा इम्बैलेंस होता है, उनकी भूख जल्दी मिटती नहीं है, उनको ज्यादा भूख लगती है, उनको ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में खाना लगता है। आपने ये भी सुना होगा कि मुझे रात को भूख नहीं लगती, फिर मैं रैंडम कुछ भी खा लेती हूँ। सुबह तो मैं सोच समझ के खाती हूँ कि नहीं मुझे फ्रूट खाना है, मुझे हेल्दी खाना है एंड एवरीथिंग, ठीक है।
श्रुति,
पर रात को अगर किसी को भूख लगती है तो रात को हेल्दी खाने के बारे में नहीं सोच पाते। सो आई
Shruti,
थिंक गुड।
Shruti, sorry
हेलो,
to interrupt. Yeah, you got another 5 minutes. We got to.
श्योर श्योर श्योर। सो गुड स्लीप इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मेंटेनिंग योर वेट एंड ओवरऑल हेल्थ। उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा कि भूखे पेट नहीं सोना है। भूखे पेट सोओगे तो नींद नहीं आएगी। प्रॉपर खा के सोना है, बहुत ज्यादा ओवर भी नहीं खाना है जिसकी वजह से गैस्ट्रिक प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं। सो हैविंग अ गुड डाइट, गुड लाइफस्टाइल, एक्सरसाइज अगर आप करते हो इवनिंग में, अपने आप आपको इवनिंग रात को अच्छी नींद आएगी। और स्क्रीन टाइम बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए। जैसे आप सोने जा रहे हो 1 घंटा पहले ही मोबाइल कहीं रख दो। बेड पे मोबाइल के साथ नहीं आना है। दैट इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टेक होम मैसेज विद दिस स्लाइड। अवॉइड स्क्रीन टाइम बिफोर स्लीप। अवॉइड कैफीन। कैफीन से स्लीप या फिर अवेक, जागे रहना ट्रिगर होता है। अवॉइड दैट। स्टार्वेशन अवॉइड करो। बहुत ज्यादा ओवर ईटिंग भी अवॉइड करना है। And one of the other sins that definitely is we are neglecting mental health. मतलब क्या, हम पुश कर रहे हैं, हर चीज को पुश कर रहे हैं, लाइक टाइम नहीं है, टारगेट्स इतने हम ले रहे हैं जो उतने टाइम में नहीं हो सकते फिनिश, हमें पता है, फिर भी हम टारगेट्स ले रहे हैं। सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग की मेंटल हेल्थ का भी उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंस है। मेंटल हेल्थ को अच्छा रखने के लिए गुड स्लीप, जो भी हमने अभी डिस्कस किया, स्लीप अच्छी होनी चाहिए, डाइट अच्छा होना चाहिए, एक्सरसाइज अच्छी होनी चाहिए, ये सारी चीजें ही इम्प्रूव करती हैं मेंटल हेल्थ को। सो फोकसिंग ऑन मेंटल हेल्थ इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इट्स नॉट जस्ट योगा, इट्स नॉट जस्ट मेडिटेशन, इट इज ऑल ऑफ इट। ठीक है, इन सारी चीजों पे काम करना जरूरी है। सो व्हाट डू वी, सो क्या क्या पॉइंट्स हैं ओवरऑल, हमने क्या क्या अंडरस्टैंड दिमाग में रखना है? फिक्स शेड्यूल जो पूरा बिगड़ गया है अभी लॉकडाउन के सेशन में। एटलीस्ट जब ऑफिस था तो सुबह इतने बजे उठते थे, इतने बजे जाते थे, इतने बजे लंच होता था, देयर वाज एटलीस्ट सम शेड्यूल। फिक्स सम टाइमिंग्स, हर चीज का एक टाइमिंग फिक्स करना है। मतलब क्या, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रही हूँ 5 बजे उठ जाओ, नहीं, 7 बजे उठ रहे हो, 8 बजे उठ रहे हो, 9 बजे उठ रहे हो, उठो, उस टाइम पे रोज उठना है। फिक्स योर शेड्यूल, की एक शेड्यूल फिक्स होना चाहिए। मेंटेन डाइट टाइमिंग्स, आप जितने बजे ब्रेकफास्ट करते हो वो टाइमिंग फिक्स कर दो, लंच का फिक्स कर दो, डिनर का फिक्स कर दो, स्नैक का भी फिक्स कर दो, फिक्स इट। डू नॉट मिस एक्सरसाइज एट एनी कॉस्ट, एक्सरसाइज मिस नहीं करना है। Avoid processed food, anything which is processed, anything which is made in bulk, you have to avoid it. Opt for more organic, जितना आप ऑर्गेनिक उसको कर सकते हो। मतलब क्या, जितना आप डायरेक्टली फार्मर्स से खरीद सकते हो, जितना आप डायरेक्टली ऐसे जगह से खरीद सकते हो जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा लोग, बहुत ज्यादा फैक्ट्री, बहुत ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, ऐसी चीजों को चूज करो। थिंक बिफोर यू ईट, कुछ भी मुंह में डालने से पहले सोचो कि ये क्या है। ठीक है, मैं जो भी खा रही हूँ वो कार्ब है, प्रोटीन है, फैट है, उसमें कुछ न्यूट्रिएंट वैल्यू है क्या, ये बस ऐसे ही कुछ कचरा है? जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड बिफोर यू ईट। वर्क ऑन बेटर मेंटल हेल्थ, मेंटल हेल्थ पे काम करो, स्ट्रेस पे काम करो, एंड रिड्यूस स्क्रीन टाइम। लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, reduce screen time is ruining so many things in our life. So itni bhi cheezein if we keep in mind, it will definitely help us. Thank you. If there are any questions, you can ask.